Hey folks, this is Jeff from This Week for JTT and live from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. It's Saturday night. And what's it about? It's all about the Diddy. And wow, I got a load for you. This is going to be interesting here. First off, I'm going to talk about one of the newer whistleblowers here. That's interesting. Well, I'm not going to tell her name because she's going to introduce herself and other people as well. Let me see if I can find it. This could be a bit tricky, but she should be too hard to find. Funny enough, oh, I see why. Hold on a sec. Bullseye. This person, her name by the name of Madison Clares, is one brave young lady. And believe it or not, she's also one of a few people who sticks up for Jaguar right. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is one of the clips she's talking about. And just listen to her backstory. You'd be surprised.
Right is not wrong about Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I'll tell you how I know that. My name is Madison Clares, and my dad is Brian Cups, the co-founder of Cyber Slice, the first online pizza ordering back in 1996. He's got connections to Usher, to P. Diddy, to many other elites as well. I even found evidence that connects him to P. Diddy and Usher. And the reason I came forward about all of this was because actually 3.5 years ago, I left my dad's house because he was assaulting me in front of my little brother, grooming my little brother on TikTok. I always stayed to protect my brother. Couldn't protect him anymore. So I left and made a police report. And police said that there was no evidence, even though they could have gotten a warrant and searched my dad's garage and gotten all the evidence they needed. My dad has held onto all of his computers. He's got a whole museum in his garage. Well, I found evidence recently, so I went to police. I went to FBI. FBI shut the case down, specifically Officer Madero in Las Vegas. Shut the case down because I wouldn't provide my address. My dad has had witnesses unalived. Would you provide your address? No, you wouldn't. I stand with Jaguar Wright. I stand with Allie Carter. I stand with Megan Walsh. I stand with Kibby Linga, and I stand with every single survivor out there. I love you, and I support you, and I will fight for you.
Incredible. Incredible. This I gotta say before I really start this off. I call it like that open letter to the Hollywood entertainment industry. Once upon a time, I want to become a movie star. Well, at least an actor, at least. Being like a TV shows, maybe 1, 2 movies and all that. I did try hard. I tried becoming a movie extra and all that. I think it was in between. I was like left my first job. I tried my best shot, tried being a movie actor like about a few times. I was like a movie extra at best in 1, 2 movies. I was like extra for 1 TV show. And it was hard. I mean, you gotta be super lucky to become like an actor, you know, maybe for TV, commercials and all that. It's equivalent of winning a lottery ticket. It seems like I got bad luck with a scratch off than be a movie actor. And I was a little bummed out. And now I see what's going on. I mean, what you have to do. I see the horrors that the child stars got to deal with. I see the horrors that the women got to go through. I see the horrors that even the men got to go through. It's like, it really opened my eyes. And this thing, what happened, it turns like, you know, like for example, Diddy, you know, that really opened my eyes going like, unbelievable. You know, once upon a time, I won't be a part of that club. And then after I see how things are going, I'm glad I'm not part of that club. That's horrifying. I mean, people will do a lot of things, you know, for money. Because someone was saying like, money is the root of all evil. And I got to correct them. Money itself is not the root of all evil, not by a long shot. For example, this quarter right here is not evil. By itself, it does nothing. But if you're willing to do some immoral things or do some things to cause another human being harm, just to get a quarter or anything above that, yes. Like I said, the money's not evil, it's the intent behind it. It's the love of money. If you love the money more than anything else to a point you're willing to like violate your own moral codes or cause some type of harm to somebody in any way, shape, or form, yeah. The money itself is not evil. It's the love of money. Simple as that. And in terms of Hollywood, though, like, yes, like I said, once upon a time, a lot of people like more than the stars, but after what I see, it's like, I lost my taste for it. I could see from afar, like, in the lives of the celebrities, not all that. And don't get me wrong, there's some celebrities have, like, they have pretty okay lives, but it's pretty crazy, pretty hectic, and it's always controversy. And the thing I find funny is that people, and a majority of people out there, they pretty much worship the celebrities, except for one problem, though. They're just as flawed, they're just as imperfect as you and me. And the difference is, though, they have a whole lot of money. Yes, they have a whole lot of money. That's about it. A whole lot of money, whole lot of power, whole lot of influence, which be downright scary and dangerous. Like, look at P. Diddy. This guy started off, I think, is working with Biggie, I think even Pac. And all of a sudden, when those two got killed off, literally, I mean, when Pac and Biggie got killed off, all of a sudden, P. Diddy came out of nowhere with Every Breath You Take, sampling from Sting's Every Breath You Take. Now, as a consequence, he got to pay Sting, like I forgot how much, for sampling that, and been going on for many, many years. So Sting like, okay, sure, you can sample, but it's going to cost you money. And in a way, that became Sting's retirement fund. That's hilarious. So when Sting's not doing constantly making music, P. Diddy's giving money because P. Diddy is making music with his sounds and all that. But long story short, though, do I regret giving up my Hollywood dreams? I don't regret it one bit. I don't. The more I look at what's going on behind the scenes, behind the curtains of the entertainment business, maybe music, Hollywood, and all that, I'm glad I'm not in it. It's downright, no, thank you. I'm not throwing shots at all the celebrities. There's some who are actually God-fearing Christians who are about doing good things with people and all that stuff. I could guarantee there's some celebrities probably doing more to help the people who got hit by these hurricanes than our own government. But that's another story for another time. But let me keep going here. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about here is Piers Morgan. I thought it was Pierce. No, it's Piers as in like boat pier. But Piers Morgan had to apologize to Jay-Z and Beyonce because of what Jaguar Wright said on his show, saying that Jay-Z is as bad, if not worse, than P. Diddy. And they have their lawyers to like, no, that's not the case. Here's a funny thing, though. Everything is speculation until you find hardcore evidence. Now, with P. Diddy, they had hardcore evidence. And they had reason to go after Diddy. Now, as for Jay-Z, now, right now, Jay-Z, we're innocent for now until they get hardcore evidence against them. So right now, they're throwing shade, they're throwing doubt at Jaguar Wright for the moment. But she's been saying that there's something not right with these people for many years. And people say she's crying wolf until the evidence of P. Diddy came out. And there's a lot of people, connected and involved with P. Diddy. And now, what rumor has been now, Jay-Z might be setting up Diddy. But here's the thing, though. Where's the proof? And right now, Jay-Z is seeing what's happening to P. Diddy. So right by now, Jay-Z tried to do everything he can to cover his tracks. Basically, whatever so-called incriminating evidence he had is being made to disappear. You can't go and say a big name like Piers Morgan and say well, Jay-Z is like P. Diddy. You can't say that unless you got some hardcore evidence. You can't. You can trash talk P. Diddy all day long because there's enough evidence that could bury him the size of Mount Everest, for heaven's sakes. That's pretty bad. But Piers Morgan had to apologize publicly to Jay-Z and Beyonce. And like I said, so far the hate Beyonce be getting on social media is kind of scary. Because now people say make accusations between how she did Aaliyah wrong. I'm going what do you mean by that? It's and some of the comments they made about Beyonce is whoa. I mean, I couldn't believe that. That's downright unbelievable. But plus two, for one thing, and I'll be remiss not to say this, I'm not sure you remember young child star Corey Feldman. He's owed an apology. But before I forget this, let me show you this quick thing what I'm talking about earlier about Piers Morgan got owed an apology to Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm going I probably want to say that that's not true, that cannot be, but it is. Here's the proof.
Unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to where he had to apologize. Like, I thought a guy like that don't apologize for anybody, but this is how big and powerful a person Jay-Z is. Like, if he has enough lawyers to make it say, like, you know, you got to change what you say, what you think, yeah. Exactly. It's one thing if he had hardcore evidence proof like Jay-Z is such person, that's one thing. But unfortunately for him, that's not the case. It's not. But like I said, I know you remember child star Corey Feldman. He was in Friday the 13th. I think it was Stand By Me and all that. And he was a victim of child abuse and all that. It's really, really bad. I think it was on the Dr. Oz show, and he identified one of his abusers. So there's a clip right here that I got. Check this one out. Fox. And this is, as the title says, Corey Feldman reveals name of his abuser. All right, check out the name of this person, said person. And for what I'm seeing online alone, he's not a good person. So check it out.
That's it. The man who abused you. Did you give his name to the LAPD? Yes. Can I share his name with America?
I just don't want, I mean, again, I don't have legal representation yet.
Then let me, as the host of this show, try to reciprocate some of your braveness by sharing your name myself.
Okay.
The man whose picture I just showed to Corey, his name is Alfie Hoffman. What does that name mean to you?
Well, he was the guy who ran Alfie's Soda Pop Club. And I met him when I was 12 years old. He came to my house to pick me up in his car. And I had heard rumors that he threw the coolest parties in town, and he was very connected. And he was the son of Bobby Hoffman, who was the top casting director at the time for one of the major studios. That studio ran many of the hit shows that were on TV at the time, from Happy Days to Laverne and Shirley to Mork and Mindy. I mean, all the top shows, and many of the shows that I guest appeared on as a kid, because I went from one show to the next. So when you got an invite to go to Bobby Hoffman's private party, this was a very big thing. And the fact that his son was coming to pick me up himself was also a very big thing. And my mom ushered me into the car and said, "Go have fun." And the first few times I went, it was fairly innocent. I mean, that's where, if you read my book and you talk about the story where I started dancing like Michael Jackson, I started doing the Billie Jean, and they were throwing me the hat and everybody was circling around me, and that's what started my whole music career, was going to those parties and getting that feedback from people that happened at those parties. And those parties were relatively kid-friendly. But interestingly, that's where I met the guy that ended up molesting Haim. That's where there was a bunch of these guys. They were all hanging out together at these parties. And the thing is, there weren't a lot of parents at the party.
Yep. That's some scary stuff. And he wasn't the only one who probably was a victim. It was not just him, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim. And I can only begin how many other young teen stars were probably victims of people like Alfie Hoffman and other people like that. It's terrifying. It's like literally having wolves watching over sheep. That is terrifying, But when Corey Feldman tried to have this person arrested, try to file a police report, they thought he was crazy. They thought he's attention seeking, he's a clout chaser. No, he was telling the truth. He was telling the truth, and that is sad. You're a victim of a crime and you get no justice? It's horrifying. Speaking of other victims, though, another person who that deserves justice is Justin Bieber. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I never will be a Justin Bieber fan, no matter what. I mean, people say, "Come on, Jeff." Really, I said, "No, I'm not a Justin Bieber fan." But at the same time, I feel bad for him because it's just horrible because the kid never stood a chance. But here's the irony though, like he just got, I'm not sure when this was. I think it may have been very recently and all that stuff. I know it's before Diddy got arrested. But you guys see what Diddy does to him this time. It's out in public. Check it out. Okay, you saw that, right? If I don't know, but he seems like him like pat down, he's wearing a wire. I mean, that kind of says that Diddy's getting a little paranoid and a little worried that, you know, the walls are coming down on him. He knew he's messed up. He knew he messed up going way back, and instead, like, you know, deal with the consequences, try to get help. He let it go and go and go. And that little problem came size of Mount Everest, and now he had to deal with it. And it wasn't very pleasant. I also like some parts of Kim Porter's book. And the first, like I said, first chapter wasn't too bad. Talk about how humble beginnings until you get to the part where Kim and P. Diddy got intimate and it got really, really weird. I thought that part was disturbing, the intimacy part. I mean, then I skipped going straight. I think it's chapter 13 page. I think it's chapter 13, chapter 9, something like that. And those pages read something straight from a porn movie. I'm like, what? But I'm not gonna let you folks. I will try to get that book so I can really see it for myself and all that. In fact, not just the Kim Porter book. There's no one from Nora Vincent. She's the feminist who thought that men have it easy until she tried to live life as one. And she realized that the women don't have a clue, you know, what we go through. The women don't have a clue. Norvis is one of the few women who does. She is like totally surprised. In fact, she went on this journey. This experience supposed to be like for 2 years. She lasted about maybe a year and a half, and she ended up getting assisted suicide because it was so traumatizing. Now, this woman only did is try walking her shoes for 2 years. Got as far as like about a year and a half and ended up having assisted suicide because it was so harsh. But now the women have an idea what we had to endure. Now they should not be shocked and surprised that we are 4 times more likely to take on lives. Plain and simple. I didn't mean to get off topic here. Another thing I want to talk about too is like, you know, the indecent proposal that I think the story, but this is like from Cat Williams, talk about how P. Diddy gave an indecent proposal. And he said no. He said, like, when it comes to P. Diddy and party, you got to tell this man no right off the bat. And plus, two, when you're at it, though, like, don't drink anything. Seriously, don't drink anything. Bring your own liquor. Otherwise, you will have a problem. You will have a problem in ways you cannot begin to imagine. So you think I'm kidding? You got to hear it from Cat's own mouth.
Right in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never has sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go, become old cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why.
That's kind of sad, though. And I know, I can hear it now. Black women said, You go with his white girls. That's what you get. You're going to tell me if you're a black woman, you're not going to pull that on him? Please. Whether you're black, white, whatever. If you have evil in your heart, you would do some very unspeakable things. Like I said, love of money. That's the root of all evil. If you see dollar signs and all that stuff, you do whatever it takes to get those dollar signs from said mark. Jonathan Majors, I don't know what he was thinking. He should have, like, be more selective of the woman he picked. Unfortunately, he picked wrong, and it cost him so much. I'm feeling kind of sad because I love this guy as King the Conqueror, but now the guy pivot to Doctor Doom. And don't get me wrong, like now I don't think he'll make a great character for the Avengers universe for the MCU. I have no complaints about that. But realistically, if you gotta pick a villain who'll be like a true multiversal threat, it's Doctor Doom. There's no debate about it. It'd be Doctor Doom. Like no question about it. First when I saw him as King, I wasn't sure that I saw the one with Ant-Man Quantumania. I think Ant-Man was Quantumania, but I saw Jonathan Majors like, okay, I was convinced. He's a great actor though. He's made some very bad decisions, plain and simple. But that's the other part where Cat Williams tell Diddy no, he's not going to sell his dignity for $50 million. But it's a terrifying thing. There's some people who will. And some people need that money that bad. Going like, no, don't. Like do everything else but sell your integrity and your morals down the river. You don't do that. You don't. You do not do it under any circumstance. You do not do that. Also to round off too, he got Tupac. Do I think of something here? Oh, almost forgot one, but yeah, okay. Tupac, I'm gonna switch off last. I want to talk about Jaguar Wright. The one I was just upload like early today, much earlier, more like in early afternoon. Talk about all the victims that she's like was thinking of involved with Diddy. Like some I see the connections, other I do not. But I have a feeling once the trial goes by, then chances are you will see that connection. You go like, okay, now I see the connection. But this is Jaguar Wright naming off the victims of Diddy, or possible victims.
Tens of thousands of victims who have been waiting for justice for so long. Justice for Kim Porter.
Now, supposedly she passed away from natural causes like pneumonia. But going in further investigation, they say like, they gotta rethink it. Maybe it's something totally different. I don't know how, it's possible. But basically, if I read the book, P. Diddy is capable of extreme violence in the drop of a hat. So as like how he mentioned the poison or whatever, that's what trial is for. They're gonna turn his world upside down and shake it real hard to see what falls out.
Justice for Justin Bieber.
Yes, definitely for Justin Bieber. This kid did not have a chance whatsoever. He was under guardianship of Usher, and Usher was under Diddy's under Diddy, and Usher gave Justin Bieber to Diddy for 2 days. You sure you want to know what really happened there? I'm not sure I want to know, but the day that Justin Bieber decided to speak and say what really happened, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and that'd be the end of P. Diddy.
Justice for Cassie.
Yeah, she's the one who was assaulted in the hotel. It was all on video. I think P. Diddy tried to get rid of the video, but it didn't work because we still got the video. We all saw the video. How he ran, I think it was in Italian, that beating the brakes off of Cassie, and he got a whole lot of trouble. I think one of them, I think it's a university. He gave $1 million to them, and he going gave funds to them. And it's bad. The university gave that money back. That $1 million he gave to the university, he gave it right back to Diddy. And cancel whatever ties they have with him. That is bad. Because mostly we donate money, like say to some type of educational institution, they want to keep that money. But when they saw what Diddy did, it's like, no, you can have that money. We don't want it that bad. We don't need that money that bad. That should tell you something.
Justice for Tanya Rubin.
Okay, let me go back here quick.
Justice.
Natalia Rubin. Now, I had no clue who he was. Until I looked into it, I think like, holy moly. That was the person who got shot, supposedly, by P. Diddy, but the gun was headed to J-Lo's purse. J-Lo was right, I think J-Lo was right there when it happened. Either A, she saw the shooting, or at least within the vicinity. This woman got shot in the face. And she's still waiting for justice, though. Still waiting. That's what, like I said, that is messed up. The woman could have been killed. Shot in the face, she could have been killed. By the grace of God, she hasn't.
Justice for Tanya Rubin, justice for Little Rod.
Yeah, Little Rod, another victim, legit.
Justice for Tierra Marie.
I have no clue who that poor woman is. I don't know. I know she's alive or dead. I have no idea. If anyone could tell me, I would deeply appreciate it. Anybody knows what's the connection between Tierra Marie and Diddy, and what's her fate? Is she alive? She's not. Please tell me. I'd love to know.
Even Princess Love, for that matter.
I have no clue who Princess Love. She could be a stripper for all I know. If you know anything about Princess Love and the connection between Princess Love and Diddy, please let me know, folks. Please let me know.
Justice for Biggie. Pac.
Yes, and I already told you already. Pac's family is hiring a lawyer to investigate the connection between Diddy and Pac's murder, and it won't be long before Biggie's family do the same exact thing. Just a matter of time. Like I said, when Diddy's trial takes place in May, May's gonna get interested. So May, I gotta get ready for May because the build-up's gonna be insane, and once the trial starts, look out.
Nipsey. Pimp C.
Okay, Nipsey, Pimp C. Nipsey tried to do a lot, for Black members. He tried to do a lot. He got taken out. I think the person who killed him is doing time. I love to know the connection between what the connection between Pimp C, another one. I think he got killed recently, if I'm correct. So between Nipsey and Pimp C, they got killed. Now, whether P. Diddy got something to do with their murders, I don't know. Her son Giovanni. Unfortunately, I think there's a situation that involves Giovanni, Jaguar Wright, and Tasha K. Same Tasha K is being sued by Cardi B. Now, I don't know what type of crap that Tasha K is trying to do. She's great for starting a controversy and all that stuff. But the fact she went after Cardi B and she fought back and Cardi B won and owes Cardi B a lot of money. But now she go after Jaguar Wright. Hate to tell you, Tasha K, Jaguar Wright is right. Not just her. Cat Williams, other people who are victim of crimes like Corey Haim, he's another one who's right. Like I said, though, it's just heartbreaking and annoying at the same time.
My son Giovanni. I don't have enough breath in my lungs to rifle off every name on the list. If I end up being forced to become a witness, it will be the end of my life.
I'm positive that too. If the day becomes what they're called to be a witness to the trial, I'm not sure she'll be able to survive because there are a lot of powers that be. They don't want, because if Diddy goes down and they're going to try to break him down hard, he's going to bring down as many other people to go with him because he didn't do this alone. He had a lot of help. He had a lot of accomplices to give him a hand. So if he goes down, he's not going alone. That's a guarantee. But like I said, hopefully that Jaguar Wright's not going to be one of the casualties.
Sure. The second they have a reason to take me into custody, even now, they still be willing to get rid of me. Just to spite y'all. They would love nothing more than to do me harm. To traumatize y'all into not believing in everything I've been showing you.
Facts. The powers may be. They want to flex the muscle by saying, like, look, the woman's a lawyer, but that's the fact that Diddy's place got raided in California, in Florida, and all this evidence. And trust me, they're getting like petabytes, terabytes, on some type of media of all the so-called freak-offs and all that, underage people. And like I said before, The fact they got this RICO thing on Diddy, but he's the same threat as a drug cartel and a mafia, yeah, that's a very, very big deal. And the threat is real from Diddy. And then once again, there's like a third attempt for them to try to post, like I said, third attempt to post bail. And they said no. They said, like, well, he'd be under strict supervision, there'd be no visits. Nope, he'll find a way. They find a way. I said before, you got guys from top gangs or cartels find a way to put out hits at people on the streets. The person who's is on top, the person be in sometime be in a supermax in California, put out a hit at somebody in New York. They have that terrifying reach. You can't tell me otherwise. See, so far that's all covered. So, like I said, though, Pac's family hired a lawyer to investigate the connection between P. Diddy and Tupac's murder. And Biggie's family probably do the same thing. Overall, this thing with P. Diddy is not going to go away anytime soon. It's not going to fade into a distant memory. This is going to be around for a minute. Because it seems like every day something pops up. You got someone with Kim Porter. You got other people. I think at one point, there's about a lawyer representing like about 100 people. I forgot the person's name. I think it's Busby. He represents 100 of Diddy's victims. It's 120 total, maybe more. According to Jaguar Wright, there might be about tens of thousands of people because this been going on for 20 plus years. That's a long time of being a savage. I mean, the way P. Diddy carries on and behaves, from what I'm hearing, is something straight from history books, from Caligula. A man with a lot of money, a lot of power, and had no problem wielding it with an iron fist. Oh no, folks. Oh no. It's terrifying that a person with that much power who has no problem abusing it and misusing it. As Scott said, though, like there's a lot of people that benefit from P. Diddy's help. They, like I told you already, they're in New York. He had to give back the key that Eric Adams got given, which, by the way, Eric Adams is indicted for certain corruption crimes and all that, which is mind-blowing to me. He had to give back the key from Florida, Miami City, I think. And they usually have some type of event every year called P. Diddy Day, and they're canceling that. I'm thinking like, wow. Oh, no, though, it's like, this is going to go down like, the worst year in P. Diddy's life. Until next year. Because I have a gut feeling next year going to be a lot worse. Anyway, I got to cut this a little short because it's going on past 12:30 right now. I think I have about 5 people watching me. For those 5 people, say thank you very much. I'll probably get ready to end this. Do I have an outro video? And the answer is no, I have no outro video. So cancel that. I'm going to do it my way. So that's the case, folks.